Maybe everyone.
Good.
No, you don't need to. I just want to show you. Like, I want you to show it off. That's all.
Okay, no problem. There you go. Simple. Buy for 440 supermarket. My speaker in particular, Toastmaster Hassan, will be conducting his Project 6, vocal variety. His objectives basically entail use voice, volume, pitch, rate, and quality to reflect and add meaning and interest to your message. Use pauses to enhance your message. Use vocal variety smoothly and naturally. The time given to my speaker in particular is 5 to 7 minutes, and I wish you the gigantic best of luck.
She's discontinued.
I'd like to call our first speaker doing his CCP6 entitled, "What Do You Mean I'm an Introvert?" Currently working at InLake Technologies and Marketing, specialty in social media, and he has his phone and iPad. So please welcome, this is just your phone today? Okay, please welcome on stage Toastmaster Hassan Al-Aqami.
Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't interact with me. Just don't approach me. I'm an introvert. Introverts. Introverts. What does an introvert mean anyway? Master of ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and most distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Let me share with you this personal little story that happened to me. Recently this year, I have joined this company. I have started working in this company. Little did I know of the challenges that I was going to be facing. And so day by day, I took on small little tasks. I did work. I faced my gigantic other tasks. And then came up to that very fateful day, that certain day that changed my life and shaped it more specifically. My colleague came up to me, and he was like, "Hassan, I need you to do these certain tasks. I want you to finish up this paperwork. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. And I need you to meet up with a client." And then I thought to myself, oh, I will be meeting up a client. That's very interesting. That's very fun. What will I be doing? I asked. "You will be needing to talk to him and see what does he need. And then come back to us and address, and then we will discuss again what he will be needing." I thought to myself, nice. Finally, I'll be able to meet my first client. I will be able to talk to him. I will be able to interact with him. All of a sudden, my brain froze. My brain froze on this certain fact that I am going to talk to him. I am going to talk to this client. I am going to interact with this client. I am going to exchange a conversation with this client. That was the tape that kept replaying itself over and over and over again in my head. I didn't think of anything else other than the fact that I will be talking and interacting and communicating with this client. And so, things again started popping up in my head. I started overthinking it. I started saying, how will I be able to react? How will I be able to talk to him? How will I be able to address his needs? What if he said something like he needed a marine-grade aluminum pontoon, which we don't exactly have? What if he said something completely ununderstandable? What if he said that he was my long-lost sibling and he wants to reconnect with me? Or what if he came up to me and said, "Hassan, I am your father"? Well, that's impossible because my father is already retired and he's sitting home peacefully. And so I made it a point. I would never, ever sit with this customer. I would never, ever want to interact with this customer. I would never, ever want to go near to this customer, and I made myself clear, even if that customer would give me 1 million dinars, I would still refuse to meet up with this customer. Now, let's press pause a little bit on the story. With the story, I started thinking on a more lighter side. I started thinking more about why am I really harboring all these negative feelings towards this customer that I really don't know and who probably didn't do anything wrong to me. I mean, why do I hate wanting to talk to it? It was the minute where I discovered I'm an introvert person. What does an introvert person mean? An introvert person means, technically, a person who would prefer not to interact with other people. He wouldn't want to have this conversation going on. He would rather just stay on his own. Now, the opposite of an introvert person is an extrovert person. A person who is completely the opposite of introvert. He would be the person who has the charisma, who has the ability to just strike up a random conversation with any person and just have it going. Now, to illustrate this, let me do the skit. Now, an introvert person walks into an elevator. He hopes to God that no one will stop the elevator. He just wants to go to his office. That's it. And then, unfortunately, an extrovert person comes in and walks into the elevator and shares with him the elevator. And he's like, "Hi, hello, how are you doing?" "Yeah, fine. Yeah, good." "You seem new here. Where are you working?" The second floor office." "Yeah, I work there. Yeah." Mm-hmm. "Awesome, that is so interesting. You know, I also work in the 5th floor. Have you ever been to the 5th floor?" "No." "Say, tell me, what time is it?" It's 11:11. "Why do you ask?" "Well, it's 11:11. Make a wish." "I wish to God that you would stop and do not talk to me." That's exactly how we explain it. Now, let's go back to the story. I met with the clients. I had to do that. It was my job. Of course, I also discovered that it's not really a whole polarity issue. There's also something in the middle. I discovered that there is also a thing called an ambivert person, a person who has a mixture between both introvert qualities and extrovert qualities. And I also discovered that not every introvert person is an antisocial person. They just prefer not to talk. That's it. What I also learned is that you will be facing these type of people every day. Make it your own goal to know how to interact with them and not be obnoxious. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan, who is also the person who coined sheeple, if you remember, for that amazing